Hey everyone, Nolar here, back on the 5-9 channel, but I am not alone. I am joined by Gail, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
And we've got Troko, the man in fear,
Hello.
constantly.
I'm always afraid.
All right, look, so purpose of this video is we're going to be talking about the potential new World Tournament LR that's coming up. I think they just confirmed it that in the next World Tournament, we're going to be getting a new LR that we get for the local placements. And we're just here to do some speculations, throw out some ideas and stuff like that. So, Troko, why don't you start us off with what do you think is going to happen?
So, World Tournament is pretty much just Dragon Ball Saga characters outside of very early Z1, like with Piccolo. They're all kind of, I don't want to say unhyped characters, but LR Piccolo isn't exactly a, chart breaker. I mean, hey, if Videl got 6, he can do it too, I believe in him. But, Tien and Chaozu, Yamcha, and Demon King Piccolo. Demon King Piccolo is probably the one that would sell probably the most in Japan based off of Goku. But the general point is, they're all early-ish characters in terms of the series, and they're kind of unhype-ish. I don't think unhype is like a thing we can really bank on for the characters, but I think just it's just a byproduct of Dragon Ball not having any cool transformations that they'd be considered unhype. But I think the next LR is probably going to be something from Dragon Ball, whether it be like an LR Oolong that could transform. That's actually, I would actually want to see that, an LR transforming Oolong, actually, now that I think about that. Or something along those lines, Ox King, anything like that. But do you guys have any thoughts on World Tournament LRs?
Gail, go ahead, go for it.
I mean, I was gonna say Jackie Chan is also a very likely chance. I mean, we know that they have been doing like key figures in the World Tournament, or they have of course done DKP as well, who was the aftermath of one of the World Tournaments, of course. So considering the whole motive of like, oh, it's World Tournament, let's try and get candidates who are best suited for the World Tournament. Master Roshi would be sorry, not Master Roshi, that's not Master Roshi, Jackie Chun would be a perfect candidate for this situation. I think, we haven't gotten a proper Jackie Chun in a hot minute. We obviously just got the Dokkan Awakening for the physical one, so maybe getting an LR now would be also a great idea. A kind of random shout, I would say, if it happens, like, Choka said Oolong and whatnot, a Master Shen, why not go a bit even further back? We know we've never seen a Master Shen card properly in the game. He's the tutor for Tien, or the ex-tutor for Tien, kind of colleague, I suppose, or like a rival, I should say, more so, not colleague, a rival to Master Roshi as well, would be kind of cool. And like I said, it's something unique. We haven't had a card for Master Shen outside of like the SRN rares pretty much, so it would be kind of cool.
Interesting. Okay. My theory. So I'm just gonna go back to the LR election, and wasn't one of the choices a combo card of Roshi, Krillin, and Goku?
Yeah.
Right? If I remember.
Yeah, it was from when they were carrying the milks. Basically, the picture was from when they were doing the milk runs and whatnot.
Right. So my theory is that we're gonna get one of that could probably show up, right? Because we're almost done with all the election options, if I remember, right? I think the only thing left is like a Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks LR. But everything else is more or less caught up. So technically speaking, that's probably at least my best guess as to what's coming next. Yeah. And that would work really well, because so far we've only had 2 combo cards, right, as World Tournament LRs.
Yeah.
Well, Yamcha and Puara and
does Yamcha have a different name, or is it just Yamcha?
I'm pretty sure it's I think
it's Yamcha and PR.
Is Yamcha or Tien and Chaozu?
Oh, it's Yamcha and... No, it's Yamcha. Let me just check.
Oh, well,
no, it is Yamcha and Puar. Yeah.
And then it's Tien and Chaozu on the other one.
Yeah, they're Tien and Chaozu for sure.
So Roshi, Krillin, and Goku card, I think that would be great. Probably help out with the Roshi card category. What was it that we got for year 6?
Turtle Bond. Yeah. Turtle Bond school.
So,
Turtle School, basically, one of the 2.
Yeah, so that would be pretty good for that. And the only downside to all the World Tournament LRs, besides Demon King Piccolo, because he's Extreme Tech, which really helped out for those for Extreme Tech, like Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road. All the other cards are kind of like, like, of course, LR Piccolo, like probably the worst LR we've ever had so far, until he gets an easy A. Yamcha, Poor, not really too much to write home about. Same thing with Tien and Chaozu, right? So I'm hoping that whatever the next LR unit that's going to come for World Tournament from the local bracket, it's actually going to be pretty useful in that regard. So, but yeah, I mean, those are the thoughts I have in my head about that. I mean, I don't know if there's any other things, because I agree with what Troko's saying, where the majority of this is strictly laid into because of it's Dragon Ball, right? They seem to be very content on making sure that all the World Tournament stuff is Dragon Ball based outside of the first LR with Piccolo. And I mean, that's kind of cool. Also kind of sucks if you're a new player or a player that doesn't enjoy the World Tournament. You just won't ever get to play with the cards. But yeah.
No, I completely agree with you on that one. I mean, well, to be fair, by the way, Troko, Yamcha and Poor do lead joint forces, so it would have been weird if it was just Yamcha. But no, I agree. If it was just Yamcha leading joint forces, I would be concerned. But no, I agree that the fact that you mentioned the legendary election, I mean, it's kind of out of my head right now. But I was just looking it up right now, the legendary election. I mean, yeah, the only things remaining right now are Gotenks, Kid Buu, Fuse Zamasu, Golden Frieza, Ultimate Gohan, and the Master Roshi group card. So, yeah, I mean, DKP already was clicked off once we got him in the local reward, so that's done. So yeah, I think it's an idea we could be getting that would actually fit quite well, considering that was the whole thing of them training to be a part of the World Tournament, right?
Right.
And whatnot. So yeah, I think I can back that. I think it would be kind of again, coming back to the whole thing of the legendary election, you know, it would be nice finally getting these ones ticked off that aren't on that, you know, are part of this list. I mean, we kind of expected it for Kid Buu last time around during the worldwide celebration, but that didn't happen. So, you know, maybe finally. Yeah. Sorry, Choka, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just saying, like Tao Pai could also be another cool LR, because we have one SSR from the Arale thing, I think, right? And that's it for him.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, because Roshi, Krillin, and Goku, I could see this being like a summonable LR with how much money they made from Kid Goku, which is weird they don't go back to Dragon Ball, but I could see that being a summonable LR more than a like a World Tournament one. But I don't know. It'd be really cool to see. I just hope that they're good, useful, and maybe play a support role rather than just flat out DPS.
Yeah, so like, okay, in terms of a usefulness of a card, World Tournament doesn't have a very good track record, at least with their LRs, right? So, if I wanted to use the Roshi, Krillin, Goku card, I would rather have it be a summonable LR, right? But again, aside from the one Dokkan Fest for Kid Goku, they have not gone back to Dragon Ball outside of the World Tournament, right? Like the actual OG franchise. So, and again, laying back to what Gail's saying here, where, well, everyone assumed it was LR Kid Buu for part 2 for last year's worldwide celebration, and look what we got. Even though we're pretty, like, I feel very confident that the next LR is probably going to be that Roshi, Krillin, Goku card. You know, they could pull the rug right out of under us, and then all of a sudden, hey, we've got, you know, Master Shen or whatever the case may be as the next LR, and okay, cool, right? And it's been how long since we got the last LR, like, introduced, the Demon King Piccolo? It's been a year, right?
Yeah, well, it's nearly been a year. I think, I mean, yeah, it was definitely before the worldwide celebration. We got it on global, I think, the tournament either before the anniversary or right after the anniversary, and I'm not sure which one. So yeah, it's nearly been a year for at least JP for sure. Let me just double check.
Probably more than a year if that's the case, because we've only get world tournaments like every 2 months now, 3 months.
Every 2 months, yeah. Okay, no, I just checked 13th March, so about a year and a month basically. Yeah.
Okay, from now, yeah.
Year and a month nearly, 2 days to go, yeah.
Yeah, that's not so bad. So you get what? If it's every 2 months, you get about 6 chances, 7 chances at the card in your world and local bracket. As long as you actually, you know, try to place and play, you'll be fine. So yeah, that sounds about right. You know, we just don't want to get in a situation where you're trying to chase your last copy of LR Piccolo, which I won't spoil anything. You should watch that last video he did. It was a kind of climactic how all that turned out. But any case, any other words or thoughts you want to add to the potential new LR for the World Tournament we're gonna get?
I genuinely was kind of low-key, you know, speaking of LR Piccolo and everything, you know, before we got the news, I actually was slightly hoping that they might go back to it instead of doing maybe a new LR or doing maybe like a double LR instead this time around. Is having a new LR and also redoing or rerunning LR Piccolo and then giving him an EZA as well. I think that would have been also cool, and maybe getting the EZA medals via World Tournament potentially. Maybe like depending on your placement in local or overall. I don't know.
Awful.
That I know it sounds awful, but that would have been a way for them to bring like force players to play World Tournament kind of.
I hate that idea so much.
It's a bad idea, and I know people in the comments are gonna come after me for it, but it's an idea. I doubt it's gonna happen. Knock on wood. I should say that because watch this happen, and they come after me for this one now. But yeah, that was my initial idea. But obviously, they have stated that it's a new LR coming. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's probably, like we mentioned, probably gonna be something from early Dragon Ball Z. It just seems like they've kind of outside that one kid Goku Dokkan Fest, they've literally said, you know what, we're not gonna do OG Dragon Ball stuff. I mean, both Legends and Dokkan have been very prone to just doing more recent stuff rather than the OG stuff. Like I mentioned, like Dragon Ball sells well in JP, but I think our generation, and that is our like the 18 to 24-year-olds, we care more the Z era than we do the OG era. And that's the era that's becoming more and more prominent and probably going to be spending more down the line. So I think they're just trying to attune towards them more than anything, which is the biggest thing.
My biggest hope,
Joko, any thoughts?
Is that no matter what the LR is, for the first tournament they're around, please let #1 local get 5 copies. Please. Let me grind World Tournament heavy one time, get my 5 copies, and then not have to do it again. Dokkan, please. I don't want to do a World Tournament.
Just to quickly elaborate on Gail's point here, where potentially double LRs or awakening medals and whatnot, like I wouldn't mind that concept if it was baked into missions, right? So you could EZA the unit just strictly doing, what is it, 30 million, 33 million, whatever you need to be to get to those, to finish all the missions.
Yeah, that would be fine as well. Yeah.
So instead of like, placement and all that kind of stuff, because I think that's, no one likes playing World Tournament as is. Maybe if they decided to EZA LR Piccolo or any of the other units inside the World Tournament, because like now we're getting a World Tournament reward gets a Dokkan Awakening, right? Well, you could start to EZA the units that got Awakenings like 4 years ago because they're not useful anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the OG Tech Super Saiyan Goku, I mean, the biggest one that I always say is, like, I would love for the Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta to get an EZA, the GT one, because we don't have a GT Super Saiyan Vegeta outside of that, right? So him getting an EZA would be fantastic because it's something to use, right? But yeah, that's one example.
Do you think that what they might do is, so you know how all the units awaken with the same World Tournament medals? If they give World Tournament EZA medals, you can use on any unit when they release them, so you can stockpile a ton in one tournament, and the next tournament they give an EZA to this unit, and then rather than having to farm that unit-specific medals, you can just use EZA World Tournament ones.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be like a generic EZA World Tournament medal, and then you just be like, okay, cool. I look again, like in the World Tournament, which I am actually playing right now. God, I hate my life right now. It's you on the board, right? You could pick up a World Tournament medal, right? Same concept. You could pick it up there, just do the missions, just play it. You don't have to play it super heavily, like trying to get to top 100 or something. But if you just play casually enough to do all the missions, I think that's fine. You know what I mean? I think that's enough to incentivize people to play it more than just, I'm going to just get enough to get the stones. Like, no, use a couple stones, get to the milestones where you're earning a lot of like the orbs or equips and stuff. I'm still like baffled that like equipments aren't given as reward prizes. You know what I mean? Like, I
know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's less motivation for me to play World Tournament. That's fine, but I'm just saying, if you were going to motivate people to play, that'd be something to consider, right? At least to me. But anyways, guys, I think we babbled on long enough about what we think is going to be the next World Tournament LR. If you guys are going to tell us, let us know in the comments below. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that sub button and that notification bell so you know when we come up with any other 5-9 Gaming related videos. So With that said, thanks everybody on behalf of Gail, and Choco, and myself. We appreciate you. We'll catch you all next time. We're out.